You see, a lot of folks lately talk about, algo trading, quant strategy.
I believe in common sensical investing. इंडिया में मैं हमेशा बोलता हूँ 50 करोड़ लोग कभी मॉल ही नहीं गए.
If India were to build its own Mag 7, so which all sectors do you think would be dominating?
I think one obviously will be our own.
I have observed this, that ABCD works in India: astrology, Bollywood, cricket and devotion. Where is it that a retail investor can make money?
So I think OTT could be a huge opportunity. So Netflix market cap is more than Reliance. I think our ability to make defense tech could make us a next export. I'm very bullish on it. And unfortunately, we have very good neighbors: Pakistan, Bangladesh, China.
Whatever you say based on your observations really works. So what's the secret behind this?
So I think.
Hey folks, you've tuned into FinShots TV and I'm Akanksha. This is a special episode of the FinShots Money Playbook where we would be talking to Gurmeet Chadha, the CIO and Managing Director of Complete Circle Wealth Solutions. Thank you so much for speaking with us today, Gurmeet. Hey, before you guys get into this, I wanted to announce that FinShots TV is now a part of Zerodha's 01 network. Together, we plan on bringing you stories that impact your day-to-day lives, sometimes without you even realizing it. So do consider liking this video, sharing it with your friends and subscribing to our channel. Thank you so much for doing this with us. Thank you for allowing us in your office. We're very excited. All the team was so energetic and they helped us here. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you. Most welcome. Pleasure is ours. Thank you for coming all the way, rather than having me on the studio. So thank you. Thank you for coming.
You see, a lot of folks lately talk about, algo trading, quant strategy, etc., etc. But still, whatever you say based on your observations really works. So what's the secret behind this?
Humble student of the market. I keep learning. And there is no right and wrong way. And I find this very amusing in social media. लोग लड़ते हैं आपस में. They make fun of each other. Somebody is making fun of, let's say, growth style of investing. Somebody is making fun of value. Somebody is making fun of buying at any price. I think there are different journeys to stock market. It's like you have come to my office in Connaught Place. You can take a metro, you can come by Uber, you can take, use the other, commute. But so it's nothing wrong in it. Depends on what suits your style. So I have nothing against quant or algos or, I believe in common sensical investing. Because I am not from a very technical background. I am not an engineer. I am not a doctor. I am not a scientist. So I am a commerce graduate, MBA in marketing. I don't have a formal finance degree. So I observe a lot. My background, because I come from a joint family, my father had a departmental store and I have sold stuff sitting, across the counter. तो मैंने FMCG बेचा हुआ है, I've sold hair oil, I've sold combs, I've sold undergarments, and so we had a huge departmental store. So I have think that I understand slight bit of consumer psyche. I understand consumer sector a little better. And because I am a banker, I've been a banker all my career before I became an entrepreneur, I understand financial. So these two pockets are always something which I understand better. And I'll enjoy meeting people. I'll visit factories. I will even go to car showrooms to understand which car is doing well. I will go to wholesale markets like Karol Bagh, Lajpat Nagar, just to see the pulse. And by basic observation, I try and pick stuff. So, for example, one stock I have been talking about now for I think 8-9 years is Uno Minda. And I've been, I manage clients who are auto ancillaries, suppliers to OEM. And if you see now, in a car, earlier we used to take a car and then we used to take them to Karol Bagh or Khan market and get accessories done. Today, if you see, people want the high-end car. You want all features in the car. You spend in Delhi, let's say 2, 3, 4 hours in a car in a day, right? If you're commuting, let's say Noida to CP. So you want all features. So cars are becoming smarter, more aesthetic. So I realize any company which adds more kit value per car, an alloy wheels, touch screen, airbags, car seats, the switches on the steering which make cars now more like a remote control. If you drive these days, cars are so easy, convenient, automatic driving. And I found that Uno Minda was delivering almost all parts to the car. It started with only making switches and horns. Today, the kit value per car is like 40,000 rupees. So that is how, by basic observation, you go to a studio. I got lucky a little bit with Trent. I realize people are moving. They are selling everything below 1,000 rupees. And for a common Indian to go into a mall and get something as cheap as 300, 400, 500 rupees and being given that experience, to me was a game changer. I think there's so many wholesale markets and so many unorganized markets which were moving towards that. इंडिया में मैं हमेशा बोलता हूँ 50 करोड़ लोग कभी मॉल ही नहीं गए. So for them, Zudio as an experience stood out, right? So basic observation, is something which I derive comfort from. Sometimes it works, sometimes it hasn't worked. The observation also has been wrong, but as long as you get more rights than wrong, it's fine.
Okay, sir. So like you say, this observation trend it has been something that has helped you. So I have observed this, that ABCD works in India: astrology, Bollywood, cricket, and devotion. So in this, where is it in the value chain of this ABCD? Where is it that a retail investor can make money?
Interesting, very interesting question. See, I play cricket. My son is trying to become a professional cricketer. My wife is very supportive of him taking up cricket as a profession. So I was very early into buying a unlisted share of Chennai Super Kings at about, I think, $20 or something, 5-6 years back. This was when it was getting carved out of Indian Cement. But I would not advise everybody to do that, right? Because, for example, it hasn't done anything for the last 2 years, right? So I think owning a good club in India which is profitable could be a good opportunity. So I'll give you an example. In IPL, last year's revenue of BCCI was almost 49,000 crores of broadcasting rights.
Yeah.
Digital and OTT and everything and television. 50% BCCI keeps and 50% goes to all teams. So literally every team makes 2 to 3,000 crores. If you made 48,000 crore, 24,000 crore is with BCCI. The balance is distributed. And today Indian clubs are valued at 700 million to about $1 billion. Right? You pick up any club in the world. Manchester United, you pick up NBA clubs, in basketball clubs in US, you pick up Spanish league, you pick up baseball, you will find clubs at $5-10 billion valuations. So I think sports is one theme, and not just cricket I'm talking about.
Okay.
If you get opportunity in a good, and I'm not talking about gaming companies, I'm talking about clubs and
like the football league clubs.
Yeah, because gaming, again, India, you saw what happened, Dream 11 and all. So I think that is one opportunity. Second, I think OTT. See, our screen time is now 7-8 hours. So 1/3 of the time we are sleeping, 1/3 of the time we are working, 1/3 of the time we are
On the
online.
screen.
So that's how the day is, right? 7-8 hours each. Now, if you're 30-35% online, you have to get into companies which are taking that 7-8 hours of yours. So if you see your monthly bill, right, your Wi-Fi, your data bill, your OTT bill, your YouTube subscriptions, your Spotify or YouTube Premium. I mean, if you add up, that's now as big an item as your grocery. Right? So I think OTT could be a huge opportunity. So India doesn't have any listed. So Netflix market cap is more than Reliance.
Yeah.
India's largest company is Reliance, sub $300 billion valuation. Netflix alone is more than $300 billion valuation. So Jio Hotstar, for example, at some point of time can become big. So I think that's another space which I like. And third is, any company which will come into beautification. After a point you get rich, you want to look good. So whether you want to do a nose job or you want to get a hair transplant done. So I think once you grow affluent, your ability to spend on looking good, feeling good will go up. So any opportunities in those space, again, basic observation,
Yes.
should do well.
So if India were to build its own Mag 7 in the next decade, so which all sectors do you think would be dominating in that?
I think one obviously will be our own e-commerce and quick commerce company. I think, see, in FY25, for example, the entire quick commerce market was $7 billion. Now that's like about 60,000, 65,000 crore here and there. I think this number could be $40-50 billion in the next 5-6 years. So this market so Blinkit is doing 10,000 crores a quarter now. Right? So 45% market share. I don't know whether it will be Blinkit or Zepto or Swiggy, Instamart, but I think this market will become entire, both e-commerce and quick commerce will become very big, and here the winner takes all.
Okay.
So one, I think, has to be quick commerce. Second, I think, has to be a defense tech company. So I call it defense tech, right? Because when Iran is probably 10 times, 20 times size of Israel, and Israel dominated Iran in the recent conflict because of just superior technology and air power, right? So these are not the days in border where the army goes with tanks and fights, right?
True.
Ukraine is withstanding Russian pressure for last 4 years. Russia is a huge military power, right? Largely because of the tech. So I think what India has developed in last 8-9 years, our air defense systems, our drones, our surface-to-air missiles. I mean, it's phenomenal. I mean, for example, BrahMos today, they are making a Mach 7 BrahMos. A Mach 7 is 7 times speed of sound, right? I mean, virtually no radar system can detect it. I mean, I don't think so many countries have that capability. Who would have thought, that would be our weapon? Look at, for example, a BrahMos today will cost about 30 crores. A missile of same specifications would probably be double. So India's ability to do frugal engineering and using tech is unmatched. A Pinaka rocket, which is probably 90% as effective as BrahMos, would be 5 crores a guided. So a lot of smaller countries may not need a 3,000 kilometer range. They may need a smaller range. So I think our ability to make defense tech products, I think, could make us a next export. I'm very bullish on it. And unfortunately, we have very good neighbors, Pakistan, Bangladesh, China. So we need 44 squadrons of fighter jets, 40 fighter jet squadron. One squadron has about, I think it's about 18 jets, if I'm not wrong. So we are currently at 29. So you need another 16 squadrons, which means you need 300, 400 fighter jets more. So one jet will cost you 700-800 crores. So now you multiply. I think huge opportunity there. So the third is renewable energy. I think what we are doing in renewable energy, I think, is unthinkable right now. Whether it is solar, whether it is wind, whether it is nuclear reactors. The biggest beneficiary of AI is power. Right? Prashant Jain, I think, said this, that a normal search, Google search, and a chat GPT search, the power used is 10x. Right? So I think huge opportunity in the energy ecosystem, which is battery energy and storage system, panel makers, grid, power equipments, transformers. So I think the equipment space, power space, I think that looks like a multi-billion opportunity to me. Fourth is semiconductors. I think finally we are getting into it. I'll give you a very interesting thing. So, semiconductors, you need such high precision. Tata has a plant in Assam, their OSAT plant, and they have put elephant resistant walls.
Okay.
So an elephant stomp can create very micro vibrations, which can create disturbance, in patterns, and your chip can actually become faulty, because to make a nano chip, which is, let's say, 3 nm or something, you need extremely high precision, very high quality standards. I mean, you can't have a defect of even 0.001%, right? So this skill set gets developed after a lot of time. I think India has just started doing, we have just started with OSAT plants, which in technical language is just assembling more, right? I think we'll go up the curve here big time. And I think the last would be one consumer company.
It's around 4. We have around 4.
Yeah.
We need 3 more.
So I think one would be consumer company, one a D2C brand. Indian consumer market is exploding.
Consumption. So do you think it would be on the higher end, like more premium consumption, or?
Looks like.
Okay.
Looks like more premium, but India is also a value market. Look at, for example, Zudio is selling $1 billion by selling sub 1,000 rupees, right? Indigo became the largest carrier just by offering low fares and on time. And India is also a very value conscious market.
So I think aviation could also be one of those sectors, right?
Aviation में problem क्या है ना कि इतने सारे variables हैं कि they are not under your control. So in America, the best airline makes $3 per passenger. Now that's very low. Now fuel prices goes up, geopolitical situation ho gayi, thunderstorm. I mean, there's so many variables which can impact your metrics that, but I'm not saying that it won't be there, but I think the consumer spending, the rise of affluent India, more people entering the middle class, lower to middle to upper middle. I think a very good consumer brand. See, pehle na, all of us would have studied 4 Ps of marketing, right? Kotler, product, price, place, promotion. अभी product अच्छा है, तो कोई ना कोई ले जाएगा उसको. Let's say you make a very good hair oil. Indians have this problem of losing hair. Now you're not worried about that. I need to, appoint distributors. I need to put X promotion. You can just use social media.
Yeah.
Right? If you have a following or user influencer, if a product just list it on some platforms, product is, so I think there's a disruption happening in the traditional 4P model. So one good consumer company, I don't know what it will be.
Yeah.
Right? Will be there. I think the last one would be, I think, data centers.
Okay.
I think, see, we consume 20% of the global data, but we only store 3%. So there is massive investment going there. I just look at the investment which is going into data centers and creating this entire ecosystem related to AI. I think in this you will probably hire.
Okay. Multiple companies in this.
Yeah, maybe one health company also.
Yeah.
Somebody on the health tech side.
Hey guys, if you like our work at FinShots, do consider checking out Ditto. Ditto is our sister company and they are trying to make insurance simpler for people like you and me. If you're thinking of reviewing your insurance needs, why don't you book a free call with Ditto Insurance's IRDAI certified advisors? The link is in the description. Health has to be big. Like you see a lot of private equity investors are also getting into Indian healthcare. And even as our population is aging. So I'm sure it's a strong theme even on your radar.
100%. And see, other problem is we are not very good with our eating habits. We are the diabetes capital of the world. Thyroid, I think we're number 2. Number of people with hypertension. And pharma में एक अच्छी बात है, annuity business है. Once you are a client, you are a client for life.
Yeah.
If you have diabetes, unless you are able to reverse it, if you have hypertension, सारी उम्र आपको दवाई खानी है. Thyroid है. So pharma companies contain, they don't really cure. So that's always been a mystery to me. Second, I think this technology getting blended. Look, people are willing to pay an 18,000 for a Whoop to 20,000 rupees as a yearly subscription to monitor your sleep, health, heart rate and all. So as I say, affluence goes up, you're willing to pay a premium for looking good and feeling healthy. Right? So one of them could be a health tech company for all you know.
Understood, sir. Understood. So I want to ask you a question. You talk a lot about how consumption in the next few years is going to be a lot by Gen Z, millennials, Gen Z, etc. So is there any particular advice you have for them?
See, one thing I tell them is that jaldi nahi banega paisa. And I think some of the social media handles and maybe post-COVID experience have made people believe कि ये YOLO है ना, you live only once and I want to retire early. I think this is creating some problem. And you have to work hard. पैसा आराम से नहीं बनेगा. Number 2, पैसा हर साल नहीं बनेगा. Right? So on a 40-year Sunsex history, average return is 14%, 15%, but 14-15% 2 ही साल आया है. So either it is way up or way below. The fact that people want 15% every year is the only reason 70% people don't even cross 2 years. Look at an irony. We have a market which has become 800x. Sensex was 100. Today it is 85,000. And yet we have 5-6% people investing. See, gold prices.
Not all of them have made money.
And not all of them made money. And you spoke about Peter Lynch.
Yes.
Peter Lynch का average return portfolio का 28% है. But only 2% investors made 28% because people kept moving in and out. And people who made that 28% were people who either KYCs were not updated or they were dead. Right? So there's a study by Fidelity on this. So I think this tendency to get return every month, every quarter, every year is the biggest reason. See, जैसे हम लैंड खरीदते हैं, जैसे हम गोल्ड खरीदते हैं, हम stocks वैसे क्यों नहीं खरीद सकते? I've never understood this. What is this urge of looking at the portfolio on a daily basis, monthly basis? Honestly, you will not. I manage client portfolios, so I look at client. I have not looked at my portfolio in last 5 months.
Okay, so you're very.
I have a plan.
Value,
I have a plan in place.
Okay.
Right? I know that I have to do so many SIPs. I also do stock SIPs. Unless something fundamental changes, I will not review it. Mukesh Ambani अपना share अभी Reliance 3 साल से hasn't given anything. Has Mukesh Ambani sold off his shares? We don't think like a promoter. You are a promoter. Once you buy a share of the company, you are the owner of the company. And we behave like tenants. Rent बढ़ गया, घट गया. You know, you keep moving in and out. So that is the problem. Second is that think slightly longer. See, your working life is 20 years. Let's say you are 25. Right. Your working life is 20-25. The way things are, 50 में retire होना है. And average expectancy is going up. तो आप 80-90 साल रहोगे. तो कमाओगे 20 years, you have to be dependent on it for 30-40 years. And trust me, being poor in old age will, you know, rob all your thrill, whatever you have done. So you have to have a portfolio which beats inflation. So you have to allow the portfolio to multiply. Right? And I have one simple thing which I tell people, कोई भी stock खरीदो, think of it कि इसका top line, इसका profit बन सकता है क्या 10 साल बाद? So for example, Dixon का top line 1400 crore था 2015 में. आज bottom line 1400-1500 crore. Divi's का revenue 2400-2500 crore था 2015 में. आज profit 2500 crore है. Right? Titan का 2004 में profit but sales 3000 crore थी. आज profit 3000 crores है. So if you can get 2 or 3 such ideas out of 20-30, you're done. You don't need to get everything on the right. You just need to hit 2, 3, 4 good ideas, and even a 20-30 bagger will do. Suppose 100 bagger. So think like that. Think long term. Think like that. Think of it. How do I need this money? ये पैसा मुझे 10 साल बाद चाहिए, 20 साल. ये जो daily anchoring है, and this debate, you know, I made 10% on the stock. People are sending emojis of rocket. This is going down. I think this quick thrill is very damaging.
So very long term, very value driven.
If you have time.
Yeah.
Right. Warren Buffett 93 में long term बोल रहा है. Right? हमको सारा पैसा 6 महीने में बनाना है.
Makes sense. So also in your PMS, you interact with a lot of HNI, UHNI people. So what are some lessons that you probably learned from them, or how is their perspective different from, say, a normal retail investor?
They are also very good risk managers. They are not only targeting returns, they are also measuring risk all the time. They are diversifying all the time. And they are not, I mean, few people also chase momentum, but that's part of human nature. But smart people who have really made money, 50 crores, 100 crores in their life, they're very good risk managers, number one. Number two, they are very keen to learn. They do not think they know it all. Because I've made money in life doesn't mean I know how to manage that money. I think that acceptance of needing a professional is extremely important, and I think that's the reason you will find them. They will always have a couple of advisors, right? They always are willing to, learn more, and so I think that's the second part. Third, as I said, they bucket very well. They know that, okay, this is my emergency bucket, this is my medium-term bucket, this is my long-term bucket, and then they plan that, how I have to transmit this wealth.
Okay.
So they're very good in planning in terms of how will my children inherit this. Right, they will create some trust or will around it, and they want them to get involved so that they know the philosophy. So a lot of it is in terms of how they manage the portfolio, right, and setting very reasonable expectations. They are not targeting 25-30%.
Understood.
They will always be more reasonable, because they've seen it all. After accumulating that, well, usually that kind of money comes when you have really done the hard work, and they know कि पैसा जल्दी नहीं बनता है. So, and you can lose money very quickly, by the way.
That's true.
Right? It may take 20 years to make money. You can lose money in months. So many bankruptcy cases. Just see Boris Becker. See so many sports persons. See, there's this guy who won 5 crores in KBC.
Yeah.
He's bankrupt now. See that.
They all just see the lottery winners.
Yeah, that urge to make quick money can just do away and undo all the hard work you have done.
Understood. So the lesson is to take professional help when you need, also to be able to bucket properly and not to have extravagant expectations.
Question things which are too good to be true.
Yeah.
यहाँ कोई किसी की खुशी देख के खुश कहाँ है? I mean, are people happy seeing you do well? Why would somebody tell you a stock which will become 2x?
Makes sense.
Do you think he wants you to make 2x money? And if it is so easy, why is he even telling you? If a stock is going to be a multi-bagger, what interest I have in telling it to you? For free.
True.
Right? So you understand you are the guy who, it's a fodder which is being used to pass on, give somebody an exit.
Yeah.
Right? So all these quick rich schemes, make 3% every month, 2% every month. I mean, there is a concept called return on capital.
Yeah.
And return of capital. So whenever it is, quick rich, figure out whether my capital is also at risk or not. So I think keep asking yourself, right? And nobody's going to give you free lunches.
Makes sense. So in the next decade, what are some stocks that you think are going to stocks or themes, sectors that you think are going to dominate, which you have started accumulating right now?
See, I think post the GST cut, I'm looking at sectors, themes, ideas which are very under-owned and haven't done well for some point of time. I think if you see auto number, there was a time in 90s, India or China, same number of cars बेचते थे. आज हम साल की 40 lakh cars बेचते हैं. China 2 crore car बेचता है. I'm not comparing. I think, but we'll also get there as we move from
Per capita difference. Yeah.
right. So I think, and the premiumization trend in car, I think auto could be a great opportunity over the next few years. It's a very cyclical sector. It has had a poor cycle post COVID. I think now it's coming back. I mean, and apna ghar, apni gaadi are the two goals everybody has. So I think auto and auto value chain, entire value chain of auto. People who are making different parts, people who are making batteries, people who are making software for the car. I think that value chain can make a lot of money. The rural economy is coming back. So even the two-wheeler and tractor sales are, I mean, we keep ignoring rural India, but that's the real India, right? So I think that's one pocket I'm extremely positive, and GST cuts have had a very meaningful impact. The second space I'm getting very, very constructive now is financials.
Okay.
See, what has happened is suddenly in last 2 months, every serious investor is buying some stake in some of the other bank. So Emirates NBD invested 26,000 crores in RBL Bank. Sumitomo bought stake in Yes Bank. You had Blackstone coming in Federal Bank. You had somebody coming in Samman Capital. You have a huge interest, right? And these guys are coming for long term. I think our banking sector is suddenly looking very strong. After 5 years of corporate loan being very low, suddenly RBI has changed the rule of the game. I think a lot of people haven't seen the credit policy properly. So I think it's a game changer. मैं आपको बताता हूँ, there was a cap of 10,000 crore for a corporate loan.
Okay.
Right? So if I have to give 20,000 crores to, let's say, L&T, 10,000 crore के ऊपर I have to create a 3% provision. So I have to do a 300 crore provision for a 20,000 crore. Who's going to do that? It's prohibitively expensive to do that. RBI has removed that cap, which means today I can lend as much to a large corporate, right? These corporates were earlier taking loan from foreign banks or bond markets. So I think bank suddenly gets a share. Acquisition finance wasn't allowed. So if I'm acquiring a company, I cannot use bank money. Okay. So either promoters used to sell equity or used to again do mezzanine debt or engage a PE fund. Now banks can
help them. Yeah.
I think corporate loan will be a game changer. So a lot of mid-sized banks were very good with MSME loans, and corporate loans can do well. A lot of large banks can do well. And we will also have a bank with $1 trillion balance sheet. I think banking is looking very good to me.
Which do you think would it be? HDFC?
I don't know. I think both HDFC, ICICI, I think are looking very good. I think mid banks. I mean, I have exposure to Federal Bank, RBL. Also, we took some exposure. So I'm overweight. I also think the capital market plays will do very well.
Okay.
I think stock exchange, depository, AMCs, wealth management, I think is going to explode. आप देखो HDFC AMC का authorized capital I think 100 crores है. वो 3,000 crore का पैट बनाता है. Actually, this is infinite ROE.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the brand, the people who are managing the money, and they're making churning profits year after year.
Yeah.
Beautiful business, AMC. I mean, once you scale up, right, beautiful business. So I think that's looking very good. Capital marketplace. I also think telecom is looking very, very with data center strategy. For example, today look at Airtel. ये बात मैंने शुरू में आपसे बताई थी. Indians paid last year 5.5 lakh crores in hardware, mobile hardware, buying phones, etc. And they spent hardly 2 lakh crores on tariffs and data. This is probably the only market in the world. World over, the ARPU is about $20-30 a month. India में it's $2, $3 a month. Airtel का ARPU 250 rupees है.
True.
Month average revenue per user.
Per user.
अब आप देखो 40 crore users हैं. 250 rupees ARPU है. Now there are just two players. Vodafone, BSNL is more a marginal player. 100 rupees ARPU बढ़ गया. So 100 rupees ARPU into 40 crore is 4,000 crores more every month. Look at the massive cash flow generation which can happen. And then they have OTTs, they have digital, there is Wi-Fi, there is enterprise solution, digital TVs. I think, look at the way, I mean, look, Vodafone dekhte reh gaye, Airtel has been such a great wealth creator in the last few years. So I think anywhere where now consolidation is happening, the pricing starts coming back. Anywhere the competition is going up, the pricing starts, margins start
going away, yeah.
going down. Right? So जैसे paints में suddenly बहुत सारे players आ गए, तो you suddenly see a lot of underperformance, right? Cement is another sector which is seeing a lot of consolidation.
True.
Between Ultratech
Adani.
and Adani Group,
Yeah.
it's almost 250 million tons. That's like almost 50%. At some point of time, some pricing power will come there as well with the kind of thrust. I also think commodities will do well with Trump being, as everybody will focus on own manufacturing, own infra. अभी आप देखो shipbuilding पे कितना focus है. Everybody, this new PLI, this scheme which has come. Imagine the kind of steel which will go into building so many ships. So I think have a combination of new age and old age. Sometimes, we get carried away. Right? So I believe a lot of old age is coming back.
That's true.
We being out of favor, under-owned, right? And new age is over-owned, in favor, right? So I think there's a bit of a balance you need to do.
So do you think these are really strong threats for our wealth building journey? Like, do these keep you up at night?
In fact, RBI released the data of loans. The highest reason for taking a loan was travel. 27% was travel.
So what are some fund houses that are favorable for you and some fund managers whose work you really like?
Fund manager, good fund manager is going through a lean cycle. Now have started doing little bit China. They have last year made 2 lakh robots. US has made 34,000 in a village near Raipur. I mean, he sold some 52 Fortuners in a month.